Welcome to Present Poetry, a podcast where we sit back, relax, and enjoy some poets of the past and present. I'm your host, Erin Crittenden, and before we get started on this week's episode, I want to remind you that all of the material used in this podcast is either public domain or used with permission from the author or the author's estate. It's a fun time for all ages, so sit back, relax, and get ready to hear this week's featured poet. This week's featured poet is Tom Ward. Thomas Ward is a writer living in Atlanta, Georgia. A major theme of his work is the deconstruction of faith, breaking free of evangelicalism, and mental health. He wrote the screenplay for the independent film International Falls, starring Rachel Harris and Rob Hubel, and his first self-published collection of poetry, Bicentennial Baby, is available online at Barnes & Noble. We are reading a few of his poems that he submitted to us through the form at presentpoetry.com. This poem is called Chekhov's Gun, Part 1. Hard to pinpoint, not sure when it started. Companion, filter, trying to protect, trying to keep, desperate to matter. A setup, demanding callback. Must go off before curtain call, if you know it's there. Otherwise what? Dull, constant fear demands an explosion to justify itself, to explain, to have meaning. Chekhov's gun isn't just a prop. This poem is called First Pinch. Met you in a time of searching. Neutral mask, paranoid eyes, always in scan. The look of a boy faking man. You didn't buy it, my bullshit confidence. Righteous faith, scripted striving. Attention must be paid. You smiled and said hello. I gulped and said hi right back. Only takes a pinch, you said. Yeah, but what's the catch? A tiny bit of burning that I'll come to be your friend. Some friends can be deceiving. In this burn you can depend. You'll finally have control, for the first time in your life. Those monsters you can't look at happily sheath their knife. But what's the catch, I beg? You whisper back, well duh. Everyone sees you, even inside. Jesus, man, what the fuck? Just a pinch, I ask again. A pinch, you reassured. Then you took your pinch of me. I let you into my blood, knowledge of good and evil. I happily drown in your flood. Thus far, you've never lied. This burning can be endured. And every pinch I'll ever feel, the ouch brings me to you. This poem is called Regret Words. There is only so much one can truly do about what one done did. 'Twill happen through various means and ways. Choosing not deciding is a choice. It's one's own call to make. When the price is paid, when the past is past, and pain you choose reverberates no matter how alone you can get. Pain you feel in boring time was how you were taught to kill time. So, imagine how one must feel, saying the price is paid for the thing done did, past, nothing unhid. Imagine saying you don't have to explain, because no one is asking for you to feel pain. Imagine it's done, this part of the journey, nothing more to say, but, yes, let's go dancing. This poem is called A Sonnet for the Dating. Dinner was fun and the bowling was neat. I should have put money on your 7-10 split. Shall we share our disclaimers before we begin? I've brought a manifesto with all of my sins, the shame of which we'll be joining tonight, as we dance in the moon and fuck through our fright. I see that my document's much longer than yours. My guess is we're both human animals with flaws. The thing about flags that we color with red is the color is burning inside of my head. The red of your smile and your eyes and your lips. The red of, oh look, my hands on your hips. I'm sorry my document's been weighing me down. Now please stop my mouth before I drown. This poem is called A Poem for the Lohman Family. Cut to Willie's grave and his sons and his wife, arguing the verdict of their patriarch's life. Didn't know who he was, says one of the sons. The other vows vengeance to prove the dream true. Unchangeable loss, a life lived in vain. Mom steals herself, attention must be paid. So they remember the house, the porch with the swing, putting in all that time, buying, selling the dream. Now the dream is a memory defeated by time, and we are the product of the assembly line. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Present Poetry Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, feel free to like us, leave a review, or share us on social media. If you are a poet or you know someone who is, we would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us or submit your work through our website, which is www.present-poetry.com. Again, that is www.present-poetry.com. We can't wait to hear from you.